of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you're super into adorable animals or you're really into creepy crawlies, we are here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And even though Pride Month is over, we're all fruity here. And on this episode, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of new... I smacked Megan's laptop when I just did that. I got so excited to tell you about all the new stuff that's coming your way in 2024 in Magic the Gathering.
Yes, and 2025. Yeah, also 2025.
Yes.
2024 and 2025.
We go deep into the future on this show.
Say what?
That's right. We're going to go 88 miles an hour, and we are not going to pack off until we hit maybe like March of next year.
Wait, why are we going 88 miles an hour?
Because Back to the Future. That's how we're going to
we're not going back in time.
Yeah, but we can go.
And we're not going forward in time.
Forward.
Wait, we are going forward in time.
Into 2025.
Always.
Yeah, you know.
But at the normal speed of life.
We're going to get out of the DeLorean once we hit the part of the year that we don't know what's happening anymore. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And we're going to get out midair because we're using the flying car version. Yeah, it's complicated.
I'm having a lot of doubts about this. Event.
Look, Doc Brown is a doctor. At least he says he is. Has he been actually certified?
Do we know if Doc Brown has an actual doctorate in something?
That's a good question.
Does Doc Brown have
a real doctorate, or does he just call himself Doc Brown because he messes around with technology and hangs out with high schoolers like a normal old guy?
Oh, he does have a PhD.
Oh, okay. Did it say in what?
Let's see.
What's the lore here?
Okay.
What's the lore of Doc Brown's PhD?
Yes.
I'm going to say it's in what does he have it in? Astrophysics? Something like that? Rocket science. I hope it's not veterinary medicine.
Finding out.
Okay.
I'm still
looking for it.
This is important,
everybody.
Come on,
but anyway,
tell me.
At MagicCon Amsterdam, everyone, we learned a whole bunch of new information about Bloomburrow, which is the cute animals we were referring to at the top of the show. We learned about Duskmourn, the 80s themed horror set that's coming out after Bloomburrow, and Foundations, which is a standard focus set, which is going to come out at the end of the year, which is supposed to help new players get familiar with Magic the Gathering in a really easy way with cards that are simple to understand and yet will hopefully be competitive in actual standard play. So that's what they're hoping with that. So we're going to talk to you about all of that on this show, which is quite a lot, which is why we got to pack the DeLorean with a bunch of snacks.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm not finding any
information on what kind of doctor
about his doctorate.
Well, somebody out there, please let us know what kind of doctor is Doc Brown. It's the people are wondering.
Yeah.
You know,
I would really like to know.
Do you like Back to the Future 1 or 2 better?
Wow, great question. I think at the end of the day, I think I'm going to pick 1.
Yeah.
But they're both good.
We talked about this in Amsterdam. It's been on my mind for a while.
Okay, yeah.
Because I've always loved 2 so much. And I think people my age is 2 is generally what we go for, because when we saw that, when 2 was kind of this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, this future you're imagining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of stuck in my brain craw as my favorite version for a long time. But film critics will tell you 1 is undeniably, quote unquote, better than 2. What are your thoughts? Please let us know in the comments. If you're watching the YouTube video, use the hashtag either 1 or 2. So it looks like you're writing number 1 or number 2.
Okay.
It makes sense. Or you can let us know in the Discord. Start the discourse, this very important discourse over there, because it is.
All right. I think that it is pretty... It seems like actually there's not any evidence.
Oh.
It seems like he was probably a professor of physics at the university in town at some point.
That makes sense.
But other people are
Hill
arguing...
Valley University.
Yes, that is what it's called. Anyways.
Okay, yeah.
In the 50s, but also there are some people who are like, hey, we don't see any evidence that he has an actual doctorate in anything.
Okay.
So,
all right. Still, it's up in the air.
Up in the air.
Let us know, anybody, if you know the answer to this. Michael J. Fox, I know you listen. I know you play Magic. Right into the show, please. Okay, before we kick off the show and tell you about all of these new and exciting things, including we're going to have a couple of new segments for you in the show this week, which I'm very excited about. We want to say thank you to everybody who creates the show with their 2 bear or human hands on patreon.com/GLHF magic.
Or your robot hands.
Robot
I don't want to rule out the
hands.
possibility of robot hands.
If you have 2 little grippy claws, that's also acceptable as to what you use to create the show. 2 little furry bunny paws.
Oh yeah, you
2
could
little
use,
sticky hands that you like throw
you
against
could
the
use
wall.
You could use bunny paws.
We accept all of these in helping us make the show every week. And you can help by going to patreon.com/GLHF magic. A bunch of different levels to pledge at. We have a lot of people to say thank you to this week, which I'm very excited about.
Yes, thank you so much to everyone who heard our summer doldrums.
Yes.
And became new patrons.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Caro.
Yay!
To Mike.
Yay!
And to Christina.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to all 3 of you. Caro, we care about you a lot. And it means a
we
lot that you
sure
care
do.
about us too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Caro.
Mike.
Who's next? Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
Mike, you don't make this lemonade hard for us. You make it easy because you became a patron.
That was...
You
all right.
You didn't see that one coming,
No,
is what I'm going to
I did
say.
not see that one coming at all. That was one of the more shocking to me puns that we have done.
Yeah, Mike's Hard Lemonade is an adult beverage here in the U.S. If you're not familiar, continue.
Christina, it's Crispina while since we felt so loved and appreciated. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much, Christina. We're so excited to have you on board. Anybody who donates at $5 a month or more or increases their pledge gets a shout out like that. And you support the content that we make. It's so important for you to help us out because let me tell you, just making this show, it ain't the cheapest thing that's ever happened in the world. So thank you. We love to make it for you and you make it possible.
It's no penny candy.
What's a penny candy?
Just a cheap thing I could think of.
A penny, a cotton.
Like
oh my God.
A candy that costs a penny.
Does that still exist?
I don't think so.
Can you buy like a single Smartie for 1 penny?
Wow. Can you imagine if someone tried to sell me a single Smartie for a penny? I would think
drugs.
that it was drugs and that I was being ripped off.
Yeah.
And, like I was
It's
like,
fake drugs.
in no way is this a good transaction to engage in. Hard pass on the whole thing. No, thank you.
If you want a free way to support our show, there's a lot of ways. Number 1 is telling people that you know about
Yes.
it. Number 1. Number 2 is watching our YouTube content and just
Yes.
like leaving it on a playlist of our stuff in the background.
Yes.
Everything's
leaving a little comment.
That is all completely free. Liking, subscribing, commenting, all of that definitely helps. And the third way is by supporting our sponsor, which is Card Kingdom. So if you're going to buy anything from Card Kingdom, use our affiliate code, which is cardkingdom.com/GLHF. You can buy, there's Bloomburrow already available to pre-order on
Yes.
cardkingdom.com/GLHF. So if that set has got your little heart a pitter-pattering, and why wouldn't it?
Your little mouse heart.
It's so cute.
Your little rabbit heart.
We love it. It looks like it's gonna be I think it's gonna be
so cute.
the hit of the year.
I agree.
This is the Neon Dynasty of this year, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
Bold claim.
I agree though.
But if you're interested, they've already got it up for pre-order. Just cardkingdom.com/GLHF. We're so excited to be able to partner with them and all of the cool stuff that they do over there. Like they make decks to teach your friends how to play for like $10. They make mats to like help your friends learn how to play by labeling the zones of play. So if you want to get a play mat to help your friend who's learning, they've got that for you available. Just like anything you can think of, they've done it in a wonderful way, and we really appreciate them and their support of the years.
And make sure when you go to their little website, you put in cardkingdom.com/GLHF.
Yes.
So that they know we sent you.
Yeah, because they need to know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out this week. Let's dive into all of the delicious content we're serving up for you, whether you like sweet, sour, umami, salty, or a fourth taste.
You named 4. Sweet,
Fifth taste.
sour, salty. We already went over this bitter. Like, okay,
Yeah,
we can't get into this
Nobody's favorite
again.
is bitter.
No. Well,
Is your favorite bitter?
No.
Use the hashtag bitter to let us know.
hashtag number 1, hashtag bitter. All right, Maria, are you ready for your randomizer?
Yes, let's play the randomizer, everyone. We head to scoreifel.com, hit the random card button, and try and guess what the card does based on the art alone. We haven't played for a few weeks.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Here you go.
What is happening? This is a village. I'm looking at a village. It looks medieval, positively medieval. There's thatched roofs. It's all brown. This is the brownest art I've ever seen in Magic.
It's pretty brown.
Tan. This is taupe. This is a taupe lover's dream of decorating on Instagram.
If you're a taupe lover, tweet at us with the hashtag taupe lover.
They're there. These decorating accounts, and it's all taupe. It's different shades of taupe. It drives me nuts. Okay, this is a taupe lover's dream. The ground is dirt. It's rained recently. There's a freaking goat standing there. Somebody's walking towards you wearing a white scarf over their face and a hat and a sash.
Yeah.
They've made their chimneys out of stone, so at least they're not going to burn down immediately, but this town is a fire risk. It is
a fire hazard. We're looking at a fire hazard.
It looks like the cart has gone through recently because there's cart tracks in the mud. You could give me $1 million and I could not tell you what this card is trying to be about. Unless it's the village. The name of this card is "This Village is a Fire Hazard." This is
a classic
London.
Card name.
This is what London looked like before it went up in flames.
Yeah.
And took the globe with it. R.I.P. The name of this card is "This Village is a Fire Hazard." It's an artifact. There's no way. It's just brown. I have no idea. What the heck is this? You tap it to set one of your opponent's lands on fire, and by that I mean turn it into a mountain.
Wow, okay.
That would be busted. It costs like 6.
There's the thing that that land continues continues burning.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Blood Moon only costs 3 and it screws over your opponent. So I don't know. All right.
Yeah.
Revising my cost of this artifact to 3.
Okay. Well, Maria,
I'm sure I'm right.
It is a land called Vec Townships.
Well, okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Tap, add colorless. Tap, add green or white. Vec Townships doesn't untap during your next untap step.
Wow.
This is from Tempest.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, I should have guessed that it was a land as much as I was talking about it being a place.
Yeah, it is a
but
place.
It's just so brown.
It's very brown.
Which was a lot of artifacts were brown back in the day. All right, here you go.
Oh, wow. Okay, I am looking at a ferocious bear with long fangs. It is snarling and attempting to attack a man who is wearing full armor and carrying a little electric staff.
His outfit is great.
It is. He has it's armor, but then he also has these beautiful long fabric sleeves that are flowing around him.
Just gorge.
From the armor, really looking great. He's going to try and tase this bear, I think. I'm going to call this one, this is shock fight.
Okay, yeah.
I'm getting the taser in there. It's 1 red green, and it's a sorcery. Deal 2 damage to target creature, then target creature you control fights that creature.
Oh,
shock fight.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Well, that's a great name, and I don't know if the little staff has anything to do with this card.
Fair, but I liked it so much I had to talk about it.
You just had to call it out. It's Primal Frenzy.
Oh, okay.
This is a single green for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature has trample.
Wow, that art is doing a lot for the card itself not doing much.
No, this is for sure fight art. I must
it is
say.
Big time fight art.
But I don't know if people fought. This is from Odyssey. Did fight happen in Odyssey? You know what I mean?
Know.
So
I mean, it did in the original text. A lot of fight in the original Odyssey.
Yeah, so very simple, straightforward card here.
Yeah.
In Primal Frenzy.
All right.
Looks like fighting, not fighting. It's actually trampling. This card would make more sense to me if the bear was trampling over this man.
Yeah, but the bear is stopped by the man.
Yeah, the man looks like he's in control of
the
this
man
fight.
looks like he is not about to be trampled over.
Yeah.
Nor does the bear. They look like they're at an impasse.
Yeah. they're still there to this day. Before we get into the main content of our show, we wanted to debut a brand new segment this week.
That's right,
on
Maria.
Good Luck High Five.
What is the segment?
The name of this segment is Combo of the Week!
Wow. All right, Maria, you told me you had a combo ready to go this week.
Yes, I do. This is a segment we're going to bring you really cool combos, could be any format, in Magic, and talk to you about how sweet they are. This one, I was inspired by somebody on Twitter named Alec at Soren Markov, where the O is 0.
Yeah.
And you'll understand why, because this involves Soren. So what you're going to do is, the tweet reads, want to see a real flavor win? Tap Edgar Markov to kick Blood Tribute, which will gain you the life to transform Soren, where you can use his -1 to kill the player whose life total you halved. All right, so Edgar Markov is going to help you just by being a vampire. It does not really matter, because Blood Tribute reads 4 black. It's a sorcery. Kicker, tap an untapped vampire you control. Target opponent loses half his or her life rounded up. If Blood Tribute was kicked, you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Then you play Soren, House of Markov. This is the 1 in a black, 1/4 legendary creature, human noble, lifelink with extort. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, you exile it and then you return him transformed. So hopefully that's what you've done.
Yeah.
In this instance with half their life. And then once he turns over, he turns into his Planeswalker version, which is Soren Ravenous Neonate. Also has extort, by the way, with +2 create a food token, but the -1 says Soren Ravenous Neonate deals damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to any target.
Nice. So you hit them for half.
Yep.
You gain that half. So you obviously hit them for the other half.
Yes, exactly.
Sick.
I think that's
Love
pretty
it.
cool.
Absolutely.
And this is relevant to my interests because since they printed this non-Planeswalker Soren, that's not Edgar Markov, you can make a vampire deck with this in Commander. And I was kind of interested to see how people were going to play with this because he doesn't really want you to have, I mean, sure, you could have a vampire sub-theme, but he's more curious about life gain and loss. And so this is a fun little combo that you can throw in there just to kill somebody out of nowhere.
Love it.
So yeah, thank you so much, Tweeter, for that amazing combo that I'm going to pull out one day. If you have a cool combo you want to explain to us and let us know about, patrons, go into our Patreon Discord and let us know, tag us and say you've got a combo of the week idea for us because we'd love to feature it on an upcoming episode.
We love it. All right, Maria.
Yes.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, I can't count time. Anyways, some amount of time ago, week and a half, 2 weeks, 1 week, days past at Amsterdam.
Count it in love.
I would rather crawl under the table and just hide there. Kind of indefinitely.
Okay, yeah, you know.
So at MagicCon Amsterdam, we got to see some Bloomburrow and we got to see some Duskmourn.
Yes. What do you want to kick things off with here?
I think we should kick it off with Bloomburrow since that's the one that's coming first.
All right, we'll go in order. Bloomburrow, the cutest set to ever come out in Magic.
It looks really cute.
By the way, I want to acknowledge we haven't named our cutest and grossest card from Modern Horizons 3, and we know we still have to do that for you.
Yeah, it'll happen.
But I don't quite frankly know how I can possibly pick cutest card from this.
There's a lot of cute cards.
It's going to be the most painful decision of my life.
There's a lot of cute cards. I mean, look at this card. Early Winter, Cold Mouse.
Yes, this is, Early
Winter, 4 and a black, instant, choose one, exile target creature, or target opponent exiles an enchantment they control.
That poor mouse is so cold.
That mouse is so cold because it's an early winter. The climate changed and the world suffered.
Wow.
Hello.
Okay, well.
Topical.
Here we go.
Since the 70s.
Bloomburrow is designed around a bunch of color pairs of animals that you can draft and play, which is very cool. I want to figure out, I'm going to look up for the color pairs of the animals if you want to name another
Okay, I'm just going to tell us other cute cards. People are very enamored already with Sunshower Druid, who is a frog.
That card is
adorable. Frog. It's an 0/2 for a single green. When Sunshower Druid enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and you gain 1 life. Very cute. Very adorable.
What creature type are you personally most excited for in Bloomburrow?
Raccoon.
Obviously,
it's raccoon. Raccoons. The otters are very cute, right? We saw Pearl of Wisdom, which is so lovely. 2 and a blue for a sorcery. This spell costs 1 less to cast. If you control an otter, draw 2 cards.
I'll control an otter.
Yeah, there's so many. Oh, and there's really lovely ones. Like, look at this other art for Salvation Swan. It's so gorgeous.
It's beautiful. I have to find it in my photos. Sorry, this is taking a hot minute.
That's okay, Maria.
I found it.
Is doing it.
Somebody on the internet, sorry, I don't recall who the artist is, made a very cute animal image key.
Yes.
For the animals and their color pairs in Bloomburrow that I'm going to put in the video version of this podcast, where squirrels, my favorite animal, and also in this set, are green-black. Raccoons are red-green. Otters are red-blue. So otters are the Izzet color. Yeah. Because that makes sense. Frogs, green-blue. It tracks. Birds, blue-white. Once again. Yes. Great. Lizards are red-black.
We've seen lots of red-black lizards.
Rakdos. Mice are blue-black. Bunnies are green-white. Wait, rats are blue-black, excuse me. Bunnies are green-white. And mice are red-white.
Yes.
And bats are black-white. Cute.
So I love them all.
That's very, very cute.
I love them all. You're most excited for squirrels.
Well, obviously. Once I found out from Mark on this podcast, we broke the news, I want to say, pat ourselves on the back, that squirrels was going to be a draftable archetype in this set. Yes. I just about lost it. Yes. Because, that's only my greatest dream is to draft a fun squirrel swarm deck.
So cute.
But let's talk about this bear that has been previewed. Not so cute, but ferocious. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods.
Legendary creature, elemental bear, vigilance, reach, star. Lumra's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When Lumra enters, mill 4 cards, then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
She's got
pretty nice
pine cones in the beard, which I think is pretty cool.
You ever have pine cones in the beard?
Yeah. Totes.
She really does. Wow, look at these. She's roaring so loud. I think she's just knocked this rabbit over.
I know, she scared them.
She scared them. I think she also just roared so loud it literally just like knocked, it's like blast of sound. Knock rabbit over.
So we're recording this episode on Monday of the week of the 8th, everyone. And I know it comes out later. So previews are starting tomorrow. So you will have seen more cards than we have seen at this point. But I just want to say, this is unbelievable.
Maria, we have to talk about Hugs.
Hugs!
His name is Hugs.
It's literally named Hugs.
He's a badger named Hugs.
Oh my God.
He's crushing a skeleton in his big paws.
He's a badger warrior. He's a 5/5 trampler. When Hugs enters, exile the top X cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. You may play an additional land on each of your turns.
It's X red, green.
Wow, that Hugs is expensive.
Yeah.
But I suppose a good hug is worth it.
I mean, red, green for a 5/5. Like you could pay X is 0.
That's true.
For a 5, so that's a 4-mana 5/5.
Well, okay, in that case, that's cheap.
Wow, Maria really changed her tune
I went back
fast.
on it. I went back on it.
Real fast.
Look, my eye hurts, okay? I recently got a piece of glass out of my eye. They had to stick a stick into it and get it out. Shout out to my eye doctor if you're listening to this, because I know you play Magic. And anyway, it's distressing to me. Sorry for everybody. I just freaked out about that.
We've seen some lands from this set that goes with our little creatures in the colors. Like we have Lily Pad Village, which is already an adorable concept. Just the phrase Lily Pad Village is adorable.
Go to there.
Tap, add colorless, or tap, add blue. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. And blue, tap, surveil 2. Activate only if a bird, frog, otter, or rat entered the battlefield under your control this turn.
That's nice because it's half of the color of those colors.
Exactly. So of those little creatures.
It's helping all of those creatures who have that in their color pair out on Lilypad Village, even if they're not a frog.
Little creatures.
They're on the same team.
Exactly.
There's also Oak Hollow Village. So this is the one for my boys, the squirrels. Tap, add colorless, tap, add green. And you can only use that for creature spells. Pay a green and tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each frog, rabbit, raccoon, or squirrel you control that entered the battlefield this turn.
Wow.
That's
nice.
Great.
Rockface Village, which is the red one. Red, tap, target lizard, mouse, otter, or raccoon you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn.
Okay, so they're all getting a little gift.
Mm-hmm.
Mudflat Village is the black version, which the activation is 1 and a black and tap. Sacrifice it. Return target bat, lizard, rat, or squirrel from the graveyard to your hand.
Oh.
Okay, that's nice.
And Lupin Flower Village. 1 and a white, tap, sacrifice it. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a bat, bird, mouse, or rabbit card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
You have to pick one to live in. Which one is it?
Wow. Oh, these all look great to live in.
I know. How do you choose?
I probably picked the Lupin Flower Village.
Lupin Flower looks very nice.
Really pretty.
I like the way they're stacking their houses.
Exactly. And like the big flower patch growing in the middle.
But look at Rockface Village. It's kind of like reminds me of that Frank Lloyd Wright house.
Yes.
Falling Water. I would be able to sleep so nice in Rockface Village, so maybe that's going to really do it for me.
That looks pretty great. But Lily Pad Village is really cute.
That would also be great sounds to sleep to.
Exactly.
Except during mating season, it gets a little unruly. With that many frogs croaking around. Okay.
Wow. All right. These all look great.
Yes. And the full art lands for this set, which it appears this is now just our life. We're getting them in every set ever, which I am a fan of. I approve. They are the different seasons or different times of day. What's going on here?
Different times of day, I think.
So it's like morning, afternoon, dusk, and evening.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
They look real nice.
Beautiful. So we'll continue to update you on Bloomburrow as cards are previewed. And we'll just die of cuteness, I guess, because that's
it's so cute.
Unreal.
Maria, did you see Carrot Cake?
Oh my God!
It's 1 and a white for an artifact food. When it enters and when you sacrifice it, create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token and scry 1.
How are you
2
feeling?
Tap, sack it. You gain 3 life.
About enters. This is our first time.
I don't mind it.
Oh, I can't handle it.
Really?
I just do not like it. I mean, look, I'll get used to it. I just wish there was another word.
Yeah.
I'm sure they went over literally every word that exists.
I think they're also just going for closeness to enter the battlefield.
Oh, no,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, because if we change it, it's going to be a big change to change that. And people will be, I'm still saying convert them. I'm still say CMC, right?
Yes.
It's hard to get rid of it.
That one's a tough one to not say.
We also got a peek at Duskmourn.
Speaking of places you don't want to live.
Yes, Duskmourn, House of Horror. This is a cool name for the set, even though I'm also mad because it's very long and we have a colon name set again, which I'm just like, God dang it. Yeah. Bloomburrow, we got one word. That was so beautiful as a content creator. Nice. This is content creator problems.
I think this you can just say
I'll just call it Duskmourn until we go back.
Maria, how do you feel about the twitching doll?
Okay. You jumped right into it, didn't you?
I don't know. I felt like it.
You really had to just put that one right up in my face.
Yeah, I did.
So I was minding my own business, hosting the Pro Tour the past weekend, scrolling
as we do, minding our own business
on Twitter. And what do I see? But I'm immediately assaulted by the image of Twitching Doll coming up on my timeline. Have you seen this card? Megan, will you read this card for the fine people out there?
Sure. It is 1 and a green for an artifact creature spider toy.
Oh my God.
2/2. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, put a nest counter on Twitching Doll.
Sick!
Tap, sacrifice Twitching Doll, create a 2/2 green spider creature token with reach for each counter on Twitching Doll.
No.
Activate only as a sorcery.
I tell you this, absolutely not. That's what I have to say about this card. I looked at it and I thought, cute, a doll.
No.
And then my face came in closer to the image and I realized that cute doll is made of spiders.
It's made of spiders.
It is made of spiders. There is no cloth involved. That doll is 100,000 spiders that have gathered together.
Its outfit is made of cloth.
Okay. Well, great.
I also love the fact that its little nose and whiskers are just one big spider. Do you see that part?
Oh, God. This is the biggest nightmare I can imagine. Is you go into a room, you're like, what a cute doll. You pick it up and it's 1,000 spiders.
Just like Beanie Babies.
That is the grossest thing I can imagine. What are you saying?
I said just like Beanie Babies. You know how they were all filled with spiders. Now they were all filled with spider eggs.
That was the urban legend about them? Oh my gosh.
They were filled with spider eggs.
Comes out, it's true. It's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the worst card that's ever been printed, even though I think it's a pretty good card.
Yeah, it's a very good card.
Terrifying. For you who are wondering about timing of this, Duskmourn is out on September 24th, so mark your calendars accordingly. I will say the aesthetic and look of Duskmourn and the vibe I am in love with.
Yes,
we talked about it on the show last week. Mark Rosewater has responded to people who say this is going too far with saying things like, hey, once upon a time, people would have said, almost every set we ever created was pushing it too far outside of the traditional fantasy realm. Like I was just talking about Neon Dynasty. He said, in the past, that would have been way too far gone. in the past. Even something like Theros would have been way too far gone.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I don't think we've hit our limit here. You're allowed to not like it, of course, but I don't think we've hit it either. I think it's very, very cool.
Yeah. So we know one of the mechanics is impending. Like Overlord of the Hauntwoods. This is 3 green for an enchantment creature avatar horror. When Overlord of the Hauntwoods enters or attacks, create a tapped colorless land token named Everywhere that is every basic land type and it has impending 4, 1 green. And we know that what that means is impending 4 is you can pay 1 green, and this card enters, but it is not a creature. It is just an enchantment.
Oh, okay, sure.
So it says impending 4. If you cast a spell for its impending cost, it enters with 4 time counters on it, and isn't a creature until the last is removed. At the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter from it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So you still get with the enters ability.
Sure, yeah.
And then it's there on the battlefield. And we know that there's a lot of things that are playing around with this, like it's a creature, it's an enchantment. Like we have Enduring Tenacity, which is 2 black for an enchantment creature, Snake Glimmer. It's a creature type glimmer.
What is this printing that we're looking at here? It looks like a beautiful, cool foil.
I have no idea about that.
Wow.
But this is a 4/3. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. When Enduring Tenacity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. It's not a creature.
Oh, wow.
So, right, like it's cool. Like there's these ones with impending that can enter and they're not creatures yet.
Yeah.
There's cards like this that
turn, it's backwards.
Exactly.
It turned into creature eventually. Yeah. Wow. Very cool. Oh, yeah. These must just be new sparkly foil versions of the cards.
I think so.
This is sparkly foil border on. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Stop the presses. I haven't had
really
a moment to look at this yet. I love this border. I'm freaking out. You're witnessing me freak out.
Yeah. This border is amazing.
Okay. Love it.
We also know that the Wandering Emperor is going to be here.
She's back.
She's lost her spark, as we know, post March the Machine. The Wandering Rescuer, 3 white legendary creature, human samurai noble for a 3/4 flash convoke, double strike. Other tapped creatures you control have hexproof. So you can use them to convoke her out, and then when she enters, they have hexproof because they just tapped to cast her.
Is this going to be my favorite Magic set of all time?
I don't know, Maria. You tell me.
I'm having that thought looking at the previews so far, because what if it is?
Yeah.
What if it is? I just looked at this card, come back wrong.
Oh, yeah. This one's great.
And this, I'm looking at the version that is, there's a cool, like, what do you want to say? Weird TV version of this. This is the girl coming out of the television version of the card. 2 and a black, sorcery, destroy target creature. If a creature card is put into a graveyard this way, well, I should hope so. Return it to the battlefield under your control. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. I love it. A flavor win. You kill it. It comes back wrong under your side. I wish it was like a zombie or something, but who cares? It doesn't really matter.
Very cool.
This art's unreal. I love it.
Also, I love that we have a card called Fear of Missing Out. Also, this art is horrific. This art is like absolutely nightmarish.
Yucko.
But it's called Fear of Missing Out. It's 1 in a red for a 2/3 enchantment creature Nightmare. When it enters, discard a card, then draw a card. Delirium. When it attacks for the first time each turn, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, untap target creature. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase.
Oh,
Pretty spicy.
Okay, cursed recording. Let's get real. Here we go. How many nods are we going to get to some of the greatest horror movies of all time? 2 red artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, put a time counter on cursed recording. Then if there are 7 or more time counters on it, because it's 1 week, everybody, you have 1 week before she crawls into the TV and gets you.
Yes.
You remove those counters and it deals 20 damage to you.
Wow. But it has tap. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy.
Wow.
Pretty sick.
I love it. That's so cool.
We have chainsaw, of course. You gotta have a chainsaw. It's 1 in a red for an artifact equipment. When it enters, it deals 3 damage to up to 1 target creature. Whenever 1 or more creatures die, put a rev counter on chainsaw. Equipped creature gets +X/+O, where X is the number of rev counters on chainsaw. Love it.
The set symbol for this set looks like a butterfly.
I know, right?
I need someone to explain that to me.
I don't know.
Why?
Some people were thinking like maybe it was a reference to the moth in Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, I guess it could be. Yeah.
But that again, it doesn't. I don't know if it doesn't look quite like moth-like. Like that one's a very specific.
Sure.
But I don't know.
This cool card came out. Doomsday Excruciator. Black, 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 black. That's the mana cost.
6 black mana symbols.
It's a demon, flying 6/6. When it enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card.
Love it.
You don't have very long.
Love it.
Nobody has very long.
Yeah. What about Screaming Nemesis? I just love the name of this card. 2 and a red for a 3/3 haste creature spirit. Whenever Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game.
Wow. Haterade, drink up.
For the rest of the game.
Holy cow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's some really I'm also very excited for this. Like, I'm very excited for Bloomburrow. It's going to be so cute.
Yes.
And I'm so excited for this set. It looks awesome.
I'm going to make a statement. Wizards of the Coast is serving women with these last 2 releases of this year.
Yeah.
These are both things that women are obsessed with.
Yeah.
Cute little animals. 80s horror movies.
And disgusting horror movies.
There are 2 wolves inside of you. One is Bloomburrow,
and one is Duskmourn.
That's that. That's it. I said what I said.
I'd say,
I think it's true.
Happy Pride. Here's some horror. You thought Pride was over. With Wizards of the Coast, Pride is all year long this year.
I just am saying they're delivering these right into my lap. I'm in love.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Maria, there is one new type of set that has been previewed that we need to talk about.
Yes.
Which is a completely new product called Magic Foundations.
Magic Foundations. It is foundational.
This is them saying, hey, there should be a set that is for players who are entering the game.
They enter.
When they enter the game.
They've entered.
Yes.
When this player enters.
You can use Magic Foundations to teach them.
So it's going to be standard legal, in case you're wondering. And
non-rotating. This will just be product that is always around.
I believe that is correct.
As people noted, people had very strong opinions about 2 of the cards.
Yeah, well, let me just say what they said about the legality.
Okay.
I'm going to quote from them there. This set was made for past, present, and future Magic players, featuring products for players fresh or famous, and filled with cards legal and standard at least until 2029.
Wow.
At least.
Okay, so in 2029, they can evaluate and be like,
yeah. Okay, we need to get that out of there. So it's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
24, 25, 26, yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's 5 years.
That's 5 years.
You counted.
I was just making sure we were not, it was some not kind of like fitting within the rotation. No, it is not.
Llanowar Elves is going to be in this set, and like a classic.
Standard legal for at least 5 years.
Day of Judgment.
Oh, okay. Well, I take back everything that I said. 2 white destroy all creatures. At least it's a sorcery. So that's going to be in standard for 5 years. Yeah. I guess I quit standard.
What? But you can play this Llanowar Elves. You can play Anthem of Champions, green-white enchantment creatures you control get +1/+1.
All right, I'll be playing that.
I can play Omniscience.
Yes.
We can both play 9 Lives Familiar because it's a cute cat.
This cat's really cute.
Yes.
This is 1 black, 1/1. It enters with 8 revival counters on it if you cast it, so it's got 9 lives. Yeah. When it dies, if it had a revival counter on it, return it to the battlefield with 1 fewer revival counters on it at the beginning of the next end step.
Nice.
So it come back. The cat come back. Omniscience, any format where that's legal, Megan is interested.
7 blue. Enchantment, you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs.
So yeah, I think this is a great idea. Yeah. Because for sure, one of the criticisms of Standard forever since it was invented is that it rotates too quickly. And I think with the loss of a lot of competitive play events outside of regional championship qualifiers and regional championships, losing GPs, losing PTQs has made people not as interested in playing the Standard.
Yeah.
It's playing Standard, even though we do know from what we reported a few months ago on our podcast that Standard was growing again.
Yeah, which is great.
Still, the criticism is going to be like, well, how long do I even get to play with these cards before I have to put them in the bin? Even though we've now extended that and Standard now goes for a longer period of time. This is saying, well, hey, what if we make that for sure, even longer in that these will at least be legal until 2029.
Yeah.
So we're I guess Wizards kind of like course correcting as much as it can right now with the way Standard is, and people like worrying about, if we have a lot of Commander players out there that they're going to say, well, I can play with this deck for forever. I'm not necessarily interested in investing in something that I know is going to be not able to be played in 2 years.
Yeah.
So Foundation's hoping, I suppose, to rectify that a little bit. Will it be successful? I don't know. But I think it's a very cool idea and definitely a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
For sure. So there we go. Those are the big 3 new things.
Woo!
I'm going to see when Foundations is coming out. November 15th, 2024.
My goodness. So much this year.
So
Bloomburrow, Duskmourn, Foundations, all still coming this year.
Yes.
Maria, are you ready for a game?
Megan doesn't even tell me what this was.
No.
So,
Are you ready for a game?
if I say yes,
Yeah.
am I assigned? I'm locked in.
Yeah, you're jigsawed.
Okay, I'm jigsawed into this. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, Maria, I'm thinking of a set.
Of all time? And
Yeah.
I have to guess what it is?
Yeah.
Are we playing 20 questions?
Yeah.
Am I asking you yes or no's?
Yeah.
Is that the only thing I can ask you?
Yes. Can you guess the set that I'm thinking of before Maria can?
Oh, okay. Is this set post 2012?
Yes.
All right. That's when I started playing, so I just needed to narrow it down there. Is this set, that's one question. Is this set of the first of its kind of the time that we're on the plane?
No.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. All right, I've already want to guess what it is.
2 questions in. All right, you can.
Is this set? What's a good question? Everybody's like shouting at their podcast, whatever they're listening out of they're shouting at their cat's mouth. Is this set? So we've already been there, and it's post 2012. Oh gosh, what do I ask that can narrow it down further? Is this set somewhere that is it happening on Dominaria?
No.
Okay, all right. Is it happening on Ravnica?
No.
Okay. Is it happening on Theros?
No.
Is this happening on Tarkir?
No.
Oh, wow. Is this a standard legal set?
Currently?
I mean, was it? Like, this is not like
Yes.
a commander release or something.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to ask you. Okay.
It was a standard legal set.
Okay. Is this set? Does it feature a lot of planeswalkers?
Yes.
Is this the set when all the planeswalkers
No.
died? Okay. Is this set scary?
Yes.
Oh, that I should have asked that a lot earlier, because that narrows it down a little bit. Is this set on Innistrad?
Yes.
Is this Spooky Moon?
It is! 12 questions. 12 questions. The 13th question was, is it Spooky Moon?
Wow, the 13th question?
Wow. Spooky Moon.
Everybody, if you had a better way to narrow that down faster than I did, because I really just started asking.
I was going to say, do you want to think of a set?
Because that was pretty cool. And I think asking if it was scary or not was a good...
Yeah, that was a good one.
That one could have it. Okay, I've got to look up this list of Magic sets because I do want to play this. Okay, let me find one that I want to ask you about here. Oh wow, there's so many Magic sets. Are you familiar that there's so many Magic sets even before we started playing this game? All right, I've got my set in my head.
Okay. Is this a set that we went to the pre-release for?
What do you mean by we? Were both you and I there? Is that your question?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like that means that, like, you went.
At least one of us, I believe, went to this pre-release.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
So
that's giving everyone a big clue. By the way, that's giving Megan a big clue.
Yeah. Is this a core set?
No.
Were there Eldrazi's in this set?
No.
Were Was there a nickel bolus in this set?
No.
Was there Phyrexians in this set?
Was there? In this set, no.
Okay. No Eldrazi's, no Phyrexians. Were there, let's see. Okay, so that rules out like, right, there's like no Amonkhet, there's no Zendikar, there's no Phyrexia. Okay. Let's see. Was Teferi there?
Was Teferi here? Hold on. I need to like look it up. Was Teferi here? I think the answer is yes, but I'm not entirely confident in that right now.
Interesting. Okay. So Teferi was maybe there? I feel like we're not on Ixalan. Was this a return to the plane?
It was not.
Okay, it was the first time we were on a plane.
Yes.
And Teferi was maybe there? Is it Dominaria?
It is not Dominaria.
Okay.
But I think you'll understand what I meant by that answer once you know what it is.
When you think that Teferi was here, like maybe there was, oh man. Okay. Was Liliana there?
I don't think so.
Okay, no Liliana. So it's not like Strixhaven. Wow. Okay, now I'm trying to remember. I feel like it's not.
I'm going to say there was no like Teferi card, if that's going to help you, but I don't know if like lore-wise Teferi wasn't present.
Okay. He might have been lore-wise present.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He might have been lore-wise present.
Were there vehicles in this set?
Were there vehicles? Yes, there were vehicles.
Okay, interesting. Is it Kaladesh?
It is not Kaladesh. Good guess, though.
Is it Streets of New Capenna?
Yes! Because remember you were telling me this story and they're trying to figure out the Phyrexians and Teferi.
Oh, that's right. So my question, are the Phyrexians there, was like really tricky to answer.
Were they?
And was Teferi? All right.
Because wasn't Teferi doing some like mind nonsense with people, like going back into their memories and messing with them, like trying to figure out this mystery?
But I don't think that was that set.
Was it a different set?
That was a different set, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Fun game.
All right.
2022, April 22nd was the release date.
Wow, so long
or the pre-release.
ago.
Yeah. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Oh, so wild.
I also don't remember if I was at that pre-release.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, maybe you did, but I'm not sure.
I have no memory. I cannot say in any direction whether I was or was not. I want to say that sounds like before I started going back post-pandemic, but
that's my guess.
I can't say.
That's my guess. Yeah. Anyway, fun game.
Anyway, so you know, right? It's just fun to be like, hey, I'm just like thinking of a set.
Yeah, I like it. It's like Akinator. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Who remembers the Akinator out there?
Oh, my goodness.
That 20 question game. And before Akinator, it was like a little, like, it was like called 20Q, and it looked like a little circle, and you could hold it in your hand and play the game in the car, and somehow it was right, and you and your friends got freaked out.
Oh, wow. I forgot about Akinator.
And then one time
now.
Our friend put our names into Akinator.
It was very funny.
Taught Akinator about us and then played with us in order to try to get us to guess our own selves. And
it was great. It was really good.
It was a very good prank.
It was a very good prank.
Thanks for listening, fam. We're so excited to have you as part of the Good Luck High Five family and listening with us every week. We're so excited for all the stuff that's coming 2024, 2025, whether or not we're in our DeLorean or getting there the normal way. A lot of it looks just incredible. I've not been this excited for a couple pair of sets in Magic in my history of playing the game. So yeah, there you go. Wizards, thumbs up on your flavor for the 2 upcoming sets.
Very, very excited for them. Thank you again to all of our patrons, but especially to new patrons, Christina, Caro, and Mike.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, all 3 of you.
You can become a patron and get your shout out and help make the show be created at patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
Yes.
You can help us out for a free way by buying what you would buy anyway over at Card Kingdom by going to cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Remember the /GLHF, everybody. And next week is going to be our Judge Rob episode, everybody, to get you ready for the pre-release. sorry, no, that's not right. In 2 weeks, it'll be our Judge Rob episode to get you ready for the pre-release. So next week, we're going to have a lot more Bloomburrow previews to show you.
Yeah.
Because the cards we're going to be hot and heavy in the middle of preview season coming up next week, which is very exciting. And the Bloomburrow Commander decks are coming out, and we are going to have an early look
at
those Commander decks. Starting on the 19th on Friday, our episode of Commander Arcade is going to be released with us playing those Bloomburrow decks.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's so cute.
The cards are so cute.
They're so cute.
I can almost not handle it talking to you about how cute they are. Anyway, it's going to be a delight. Make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications over at youtube.com/@GLHF Commander so that you know when that goes live.
Yes.
I don't want you to miss it because it's a great game and the cards are, you know how you get the thing where you're like, it's so cute, I want to eat it. I want to eat my entire deck.
Yeah.
That's
so
what's
cute.
wanting to happen. So yeah, check that out. I think that's all that I have to promote right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. We're going to talk to our producers now who get extra length episodes for being the cool people that they are. Everyone else, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.